Hey guys, welcome back to Sparkman Homestead. My name is Krista, and today, sadly, I think we have to go out and do a final harvest. We have a low projected tonight, like we have a frost advisory of 35. So unfortunately that means that I'm probably gonna take my loofahs today and harvest them. I also have a whole bunch of peppers outside that I need to get harvested, and I really want to get some more basil because I know already I did not make enough pesto to get us through the winter. So yeah, I gotta get outside and do that. Most of my other herbs like my sage and all of that, that's fine. That overwinters here, so I don't have to really get them. I am going to attempt to cover my shishitos and my little zucchinis that I have out there. It is so weird. This must just be a little bit of a cold front coming in because last night was 38. Tonight they're calling for 35. And then we go back up into the high 40s again at night. One night, I think we're even at 50. So I don't want to pull certain stuff because I know that I can get at least another 2 weeks with them. So I'm just gonna try to cover them and see if maybe that can save them tonight. So I need to go and grab my coffee because I need a warm drink out there because I think it's only 40 outside right now, which I don't like. I'm not used to this cold weather, and we had such a beautiful, hot summer. And this is just, oh, I hate cold weather. Anyways, let's get outside and get harvesting. I just checked a lot of my pepper plants, and they actually look like they fared really well last night. Like I said, last night was 80, I think or not 80, I wish it was 80. Last night was 38, I think it got down to. But I don't know, look at my pepper plants. Look completely unfazed by it, like especially the jalapenos. So what do I do? What do I do? I think I'm just gonna for sure get what is ripe already on these plants and then just kind of leave them. Like I said, I am actually gonna attempt to cover this plant tonight. Like, look it still has flowers on it, and we absolutely love shishitos. So I'm gonna attempt to cover those two plants up. Yeah, definitely harvest from that. And then I am going to come and pick all of the peppers off of these ones and that one and this one. I'm going to try to harvest some of that lemon balm. Yeah, that Swiss chard just blowing up. But, oh, it's such a sad day. I know that I should appreciate the fact that we are in a new season, and I don't know. I just love summer so much. I just love just the freedom of just growing stuff and just not having to wear layers. But I understand we need to have these seasons so we can appreciate the other ones. But anyways, okay, let's get pulling these ones off. I am going to be very careful in here because there is still a lot of bees buzzing around here. So let's get started. Now, I just had my clippers. Where did I put them? Yeah. All right, I think we'll start from this end. There's so many little ones in here. Be a little bit more careful because this one just broke. Like, this just goes to show you, like, some of them are not at all ready. This is a root system of one loofah plant. It is crazy how big the root system is. So I did not grow this loofah in a very big spot at all. One thing with the loofah is it needs to be trellised because it likes to climb. If you have a tiny spot with like a tall fence, loofahs are perfect just to kind of trail them along. But yeah, I can't believe the root system on that thing. It's crazy. This is our final loofah harvest. When I said I had 25 still or 20 on the plant, I lied. This wheelbarrow is full of loofahs. Now, the little tiny ones that I knew weren't going to make it, I'm going to give those to the chickens because you can eat loofah when it is small. But this is all I grew it on, was this tiny little section. And all as I used was this cheap dollar store pea netting, and that supported those loofahs. Well, that is kind of halfway truth, because I do have a barbed wire fence up here, and it did trellis along that barbed wire fence also. But I just want to show you this soil. It is absolutely amazing. So in the spring I had planted peas here and they did okay, and then I put that is 4 loofah plants, what came off of that. That loofah root system broke up all of our clay soil and made that like that amazing soil. So what I'm going to do this fall is I am actually going to put some chicken bedding on that and just kind of give it a quick cover, and in the spring that is where my peas are going to go again. I don't know if I'll do my loofahs there again or not. Next up, I am going to get all of these peppers. I have just a couple of these boxes, so I am going to pick all of these peppers. Even if they're green, I am going to pick them. I am going to leave the plants out though, because if for some reason they happen to survive overnight, we are having, oh, I do see some baby ones on this. We are having like normal temperatures again come Sunday. So, well, Monday actually, not Sunday. So I'm just gonna leave them, and if they survive, then they survive. But I'm gonna pick what I can off of them right now. What I see is at least edible. And then everything else, we'll just see if it'll grow. Like these little tiny baby ones, I'm gonna leave. Because I already have enough peppers kind of preserved for the year. So it's okay if they don't survive. Peppers were like tomatoes that you could take them in and they would ripen on the counter. They're not. I realize I'm picking a lot of the leaves, but it's fine. Now I have peas back here that might now start to do better, that the peppers aren't shading them. I love the idea of being able to film this, because then next year I can remember. Kind of when we got our first frost. If we don't end up getting it, then I'll definitely record that we didn't get it. But it is a good little journal for me to keep. I just don't know what to do with peppers like this size. They're so small. I'm just leaving the leaves and the rotting peppers. I am just leaving them in the bed just to kind of add extra compost to it. I don't think I'm going to do my peppers in here next year. I think that I'm going to attempt to do my peppers back there. What we got for sweet peppers, box overflowing with them. Most of them are green, some of them are red, yellow, and there is a couple chocolate peppers in there. But that is all sweet peppers, so I am going to need some pepper recipes. All right, this is the next project. Shishitos right there, bananas right there, and jalapenos over there. So that is kind of our next project, picking peppers. Finding it very difficult to do it with these gardening gloves on. That's a nice big one. Ooh, there's some big ones under here. Nice. Those will make good poppers. And just a whole bunch of big ones. It's like jalapeno poppers are in my future. It is super satisfying harvesting food that you started from seed and watched it grow. It is a pretty good feeling. It is very rewarding. And we have been so very blessed by these plants. So that is our final jalapeno harvest. This is a pretty big basket too. I don't know if you can really see my hand. It's a pretty big basket. So that's pretty good. I mean, oopsie, I've been picking off of this plant for a long time. So I am very, very grateful. So I am leaving like ones that are like this size. I don't know if you can see from my hand. I'm gonna leave like these ones on here, and if it doesn't get bad tonight, then we will have another jalapeno harvest. I am going to pick what I can. Oh, I went and got my glasses so that I can actually see now. I am gonna pick what I can off of this shishito plant. And then I am actually going to try to cover it tonight because this thing is still loaded with flowers and small ones. And we absolutely love shishitos. So I really would like to be able to take this plant to the max time possible. So we have this cherry tomato plant. I am going to pick what I can off of it and then just kind of leave it. I'm just going to it's loaded. I haven't picked from it in a long time, so I need to get the rest of those off, and then I guess I'm going to pick the green tomatoes. I don't know what to do. I see one that needs to get picked regardless, but yeah, do I pick the green ones or do I leave them? Again, this is what I was kind of talking about with the gamble. I think I got all of the harvestable green tomatoes out of here. There's some that are pretty big size. This one ended up splitting. Probably put it in the basket a little bit too rough and it split. I'm just having a hard time trying to decide what gets to stay and what I can harvest. I just don't like to see stuff I just don't like picking stuff when it's not fully ripe, or like the potential of getting ripe, like little baby tomatoes. I just don't know what to do. I'm realizing why I'm having fatigue doing this project, because I enjoy harvesting, but I think it's the fact that I know we're ending, like the season is ending, and I just love gardening. I love the option of just coming out here and picking something fresh for supper, and the fact that I know that that's coming to an end, I think it's just sad for me because I absolutely love gardening. But I also have to remember I very much need a break, because the canning is just, there's so much of it to do and just so much preserving to do, and I know that we're supposed to have a break, but I think I'm just sad that the season's coming to an end. I get like this every fall. Fall is my least favorite season. I don't mind winter because it means summer is coming next, or spring is coming next. Spring is my favorite because I get to plant, start seeds and stuff, but fall is my least favorite season. I also did not trim this. I did not trim this tomato plant. I just let it do its thing. It is very wild. Very wild. We are going to get these Tabasco peppers harvested. I actually came out already and harvested most of my cayennes that were red. I am going to pull the ones that have a little red to them, but right now it's Tabasco. Because these things are hot, I am going to wear gloves, and I am going to actually put them in a cup because they're small. I don't want them to fall out of the basket. I may pick the yellow ones also. I have seen people do like a vinegar with them, so I might try to do that. This plant also has a lot of flowers on it. The ones that are like not ripe, they don't just come off the thing. They have to be pulled. I am picking all of the sugar rush peach peppers. I do not know what to do with all the unripe ones. Like, I don't know if you guys can see this, but look it. It is loaded full of them, and they're not ripe. What am I supposed to do with those? I don't know. So many decisions. I'm gonna leave them. The only reason that I think I'm gonna leave them is because I already have a lot of Sugar Rush Peach stuff already made, so I'm just gonna leave them. I also decided to leave the yellow Tabascos on there because I'm not gonna use them. Well, I think that does it for this side garden. I still need to pick some of that lemon basil, so I'm going to come out quickly and do that. But everything else is good. We just have the lettuces all in here and the Swiss chard. So all of that stuff is good. Oh, and the spinach, that'll do perfectly fine in frost. But yeah, everything else. Oh, that sage will also be fine. I need to harvest some of that. Cilantro. This is that spinach bed. Fake snake. Yeah, that's starting to grow. But we have all of the lettuces. That's a butterhead, I believe. And that's that Swiss chard. This is another really pretty lettuce in here. So that stuff will all be fine tonight. We are in the back garden now. My plan is to pull all of these tomato plants out because they are just dying. I'm going to pick what little amount of zucchini. I'm just going to move because I can't see you guys. There we go. I am going to pick what little amount of eggplants we have left. I might pick that pumpkin, but pumpkins are fine with a frost or a freeze. Not a freeze, a frost. Take that back. We have a frost warning, not a freeze warning. So they'll be fine with that. So I don't really need to pull that. I've actually heard that they get sweeter with a cold weather. So yeah. I see one pepper over here I've got to pick too. So let's get to work back here. Oh, and I want to get all of that basil still. Whatever is still salvageable, like that hasn't really died back too much, we're going to pick because I want to make some pesto with that. So let's get started. So I'm actually just going to cut the plants. I'm going to leave the roots into the ground. I'm going to pick off all of the... I'm going to get all of the tomatoes off, and then we'll cut them down. Whatever ones are too small, I'm going to probably end up giving to the chicken. I have a chicken pile going on right now. My basil plants, I don't think that I'm going to get anything off of them. I think they're kind of done. They all have this, it is so hard to see because the sun is not in a good position right now, but they all have this black spot on it, like that, like it's actually already been, kind of like it's actually already been frost damaged. It's tragic, but that's fine. It is fine. We will make do. That smells so good over here, though. I love the smell of basil. Oh, look at it. So I found this little baby butternut squash. I don't know if it's gonna allow it to show. There's another cantaloupe in there. This is a ground cherry. There's ground cherries. There. They just self-seeded absolutely everywhere. I am super excited. We are making progress. I got all of the basil and the tomatoes taken off of here. I've got all the tomatoes taken off of that side. I just need to go and get that basil off. But I want to show you guys what the ground looks like here. We don't till usually. I'm not going to till this year. I'm going to put stuff on it. Today is not the day I'm doing my amending. Today is the day that I am just in here kind of pulling what needs to come out before the frost. But we use this. It's just, I got it at Lowe's, I think. What is it called? A wood handle weeding hoe. And it's been perfect. But when that watermelon and pumpkin really started to trellis, I couldn't get in there with a weeder, and so the weeds just took over this whole garden bed. So I need to take this tool. Once I get all these pumpkins and stuff pulled up, I'm going to take this tool and I'm just going to go across my garden bed. And then we're going to lay, we actually talked to a friend and she has horses, so she's going to give us some manure. So I'm going to lay some horse manure down, the chicken bedding, leaves, and grass clippings, and that is going to kind of be its bed. But like I said, that's not today's project. Today's project is kind of getting stuff pulled out of the ground. But I will bring you guys closer and I'll show you kind of what the ground looks like from the tomatoes. So this is what the weeds, like they're just so much. And then I think we have like oak trees coming up everywhere. So yeah, I definitely need, oh, and I took all the basil down. So I definitely need to get in here and just kind of use that weeder hoe and just get what I can up. This is where I had a little bit of corn and sunflowers. I took everything down. So that again needs to get worked pretty good, and then we'll put it to sleep. But over here, there's something super fun. In a matter of 2 days, remember that little zucchini I showed you guys? Look at it. So these are the plants back here that I was saying I really want to get covered up, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 actual zucchinis. So they need to get addressed. I want to show you guys over here. I had to pull the tarp up because we are actually mowing. Steve has the tractor out. You probably can hear it on a lot of my audio, hoping that I can get the sound off so you guys can hear me. But we have really bad clay soil, and I've had this tarped all summer long. I tarped it at the beginning of spring. So it's actually been 2 seasons that it's been tarped. I laid a little bit of chicken bedding on it and then tarped it up, and there's absolutely no weed. So what my plan is to do with back here is just to put the same bedding that we are going to be doing over there. I'm going to put that all down here, and then next summer, this is actually going to be my new corn patch right here. I am going to alternate my corn here this year, and then next year I'm going to flip it and do it on the other side. Corn is a huge nitrogen feeder, so where I planted my corn, it's going to be lacking in nitrogen. So I got to really just kind of feed this garden back so it has enough to grow that corn, because we eat a lot of it. So I need to grow twice as much as I did last year. What I grew last year was definitely not enough for us. I'm super happy at seeing that there is no weeds. Now, there is some weeds because this tarp, we have really high winds here because of, we have straight line winds, and the tarp did blow up, and you can actually see the line where the tarp blew up because you can see grass and you can see weeds. A speck of light and a weed will grow with that much light. So I'm just gonna do a mulch bedding on this fall, winter, and hope that that's enough. We also have plans to line this garden bed and essentially make it like a big sandbox. We are either going to use metal siding and put it into the ground and kind of make a border around it, or we're going to use railroad ties. Because it gets so flooded back here, we need to kind of line the garden bed so that it doesn't erode. Because if I put all of that mulch and all that chicken bedding and the manure and I put it down, it's gonna just wash off because it gets really flooded. Kind of our hope was with letting this field grow up as high as it did all summer. You can tell where he's not put the tractor, the bush hog. We were hoping that it would help rebuild some of the soil back here because it is very dense clay soil. Like you can see, we have crawdads in our yard, and like let's just look at the soil. Like that's what I'm dealing with in my garden bed. So we were hoping letting that stuff grow all season. It has many benefits. Like we were not only giving the butterflies and the bees lots of pollen, but we were hoping to kind of rebuild the soil. We didn't want to just keep mowing it down. So we mowed it down. It's got a nice thick layer of mulch across it now. Yeah. So we're hoping that that kind of helps with the water back here because it gets so flooded. I will show you guys when we're in winter what it's like out here, but I absolutely love it once it is all mowed out here. It's so beautiful. But yeah, the garden is starting to look like it's done its job. As much as I hate tearing it down, it is very refreshing to see all of those dead things being pulled up. It looks like it's ready for its sleep. I'm ready for a sleep too. Harvest some of these eggplants. I don't know what to do with eggplants. It's I don't know what to do with them. I have a whole bunch in my fridge now. I just don't know. So I am going to leave 2 basil plants still here because I don't know if you can see, but these guys absolutely, I mean, he's on a marigold right now, but, or she, I don't know what it is. But they love the basil because it does have flowers still. So I am going to leave 2 basil plants still. Look at this little guy. I think she's tired. I don't know if you can see. The other thing I'm wanting to do, I think, is harvest this pumpkin. It looks like it's ready. And I think that might be the, what is it called? Tendril? I don't know if that's the one or not. But yeah, we might harvest that today. Oh, we have one more fun, exciting thing that we need to get harvested today also. So this year I attempted to do my potatoes in grow bags and they did not do well at all. So let's I left these ones a little bit longer. So let's take them out the bag and see if we have any potatoes in here. They just did not grow, and I used actual seed potatoes. Oh, we have one. Yeah, they're just really little. They just they didn't grow very good. I'm hoping to get my soil amended enough that I can eventually do potatoes in the ground here. I might try to do them maybe in a raised garden bed. If I can get this soil good enough back here to do my tomatoes and my peppers, then I can use those raised beds over there to do my potatoes in. But I cannot do them right now in the ground back here because the soil is just too dense. I have 5 more bags to empty out. Okay, we are going to pick this pumpkin. I think it's ready. I don't want to leave it overnight. So we will pick it now. Yeah, it looks like it's good. I'm going to try to leave the stem on it. There we go. Pumpkin. That's awesome. These are the Long Island cheese pumpkins. Beautiful colors. That sucker's heavy. I just found another one over here, and it is little, and I don't know if you can get in here and see, but the tendril is actually completely dead on this one right here. So that means that this one is done. It did not really get very big like that other one we just harvested, but it is definitely done. There's another one over there. I'm wondering if the color is different on that one. So I'm wondering if it is ready or not. But the tendril is dead on that one too. Yeah, I'm gonna harvest this one too. There. And then we have one inside too, so 4 pumpkins. I was really wanting to grow these ones the most, but look at this one. This one's not gonna come to maturity because there's not enough time for it, but that's a little baby one. It won't have enough time to grow here, even if I cover it tonight. Still lots of flowers for the bees though. Well, here is the final harvest. We got that box full of sweet peppers, and then we have this little thing full of shishitos, and those are our what are they? Cherry tomatoes. This is the Tabascos. I did not end up picking the yellow ones. Sorry, my hands are dirty because I've been in the garden all day. That's green cayenne peppers. There's a couple red in there. And Sugar Rush peach peppers. Then I got a couple calendula. I actually have to go and pick a couple more calendula that I seen. Those are the little bit of potatoes we got. There was a couple little green beans left back there. This is the zucchini, those eggplants. This basket right here is all, oh, there's some more peas in here. This basket is mostly banana peppers and jalapenos with the exception of those green beans. And these are our loofahs. So many loofahs. I'm really curious to see how much they weigh. Like, I could barely push that wheelbarrow, so I am thinking that it was at least over 50 pounds. Not that I can't push 50, but yeah, it was pretty heavy. And then this laundry basket full of green tomatoes. There's a little bit of tomatillos in there, but that plant didn't do too well because it got damaged from a windstorm beginning of the season. But that is our final harvest before the big frost. It is a happy day, but it is definitely a sad day. I hate picking stuff because it has to be picked. Like I kind of said at the beginning of this video, I love the option in the summer just to be able to go outside and pick my fresh herbs and my fresh tomatoes. But I'm not sad about being able to rest. So it is like a bittersweet day for me. At the beginning of the day, I was definitely overwhelmed with the amount of tasks that I had to do, but now that it's done, I'm feeling a lot better about it, knowing that I'm heading into a period of rest. So, and I mean, there's still stuff in the garden. I have to remember that. I still have my kale, I still have my kohlrabi, I still have my lettuce and cilantro. I would like to thank you guys for joining me today. Well, we've harvested the stuff from the garden today, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And again, thank you so much, guys. Have a great day or night whenever you're watching this. Bye, guys, and I'll see you on the next video.